flowers.
We'll have street people for you. Yeah, this is Camp John here. When you want to hand them off, tell me to have security. Okay, now let's get her down to the good here. Okay? You get around front. You bet. Now you know where to take. Where we're going. Right through here. Kind of hit down. And say a few words. Welcome home.
I didn't think I was going to get emotional when I came out of the airplane. So first time I've really cried in public. Wonder what the video is going to look like. But really, it's very moving to see friends that I didn't think I'd see friends like you so soon. Thought maybe when I was going to be 40 years old, maybe I'd see you again, but I'm glad I'm seeing you when I'm 32 instead. When I left Fargo last time, it was last August. It was for a visit and also to speak at Concordia College. And at that time, I had no idea what was going to happen to me over the next few months. I could have never, ever imagined. And those first few days in Evan prison, I was thinking to myself, I wish I had known I would have never left Fargo. But you can't change the past. And even though I went through a lot of difficult times over the past few months, some good things also came out of my experience, and one of those good things was that I understood the value of good friends and good community like you. When my parents first came to see me in prison in early April, they started telling me about the kinds of support that I had from people both outside Iran and inside Iran who were pushing for my release. The support that I got from you, my home community, was especially dear to me. My parents told me about the ribbons that you handed out and tied on trees, about the vigil that you held for me, how people planted flowers in our yard, how many people were saying prayers for me. And also what was very important was that I heard that people here were speaking out for me. People who knew me, some people who didn't perhaps, but all of them seemed to trust me. And I thank them for that trust, for telling the world that I really wasn't a spy. I was moved when I heard some of these things, but I wasn't all that surprised, because like my father said, I had seen before, like he had, that when when some members of our community face trouble, the rest of the community pulls together to help those people. I have become a member of another community too in the past 6 years, a community of Iranians. Most of them were very kind to me, very welcoming. They treated me as one of their own. And I think many ordinary Iranians, as well as some Iranian officials, would like better relations with America. I know there are a lot of obstacles in the way, but I hope that my release can remove one of those obstacles to the extent that it may have been one, so that the relations between these two countries can improve. Many Iranians used to ask me my views about U.S.-Iran relations, and many Iranians just wanted to know where I came from and where it was that I grew up. And sometimes I would tell them that although the weather is very cold here, the people have such warm hearts. I want to thank many people, and I'm sure I'm not going to be able to thank them all, many different individuals and groups. The local media, thank you for getting my story out there and keeping it alive. Our neighbors, Concordia College, Fargo North High School, former classmates, childhood friends, former professors and teachers, whether they live here or in other parts of America or halfway across the world. I found out that various people whom I grew up with, who I knew as a child, wherever they live today, they were doing their part to rally support for my cause. Also, the VA hospital where my mother works, the Miss North Dakota and America organization, Fargo officials, the North Dakota congressional delegation, other local and state officials, both in North Dakota and in Minnesota, and all others here and around the world who have rallied in my support. Thank you for teaching me that I was never alone and that I will never be alone. Now that I'm free, of course I'm very happy, but in some ways I feel like my responsibilities are greater than they were before. And I hope that I and people like you can in the future help others, no matter where they are in the world, who are in need. Thank you. It's wonderful to be home again.